Morning. So, I saw that state's attorney Mosby got a returned indictment for this police officer and his assault on a black man that was on the internet. I didn't even know that it happened that far back, but it just had got on the internet and everybody kind of got a whiff of what was going on. And I heard that he resigned, and she got a return indictment for first and second degree assault. And she, based on her interview that I saw yesterday, is determined to get this police officer charged and have him do some jail time. And I respect that because I feel like this isn't the first time that she's went after corrupt cops, so to speak. And the first time she went after the cops with the what was the boy's name up in Baltimore that got killed? I can't remember his name, but y'all know what incident I'm talking about. She was in charge of going after the police in that situation, and we all know how that played out. So I'm hoping that this plays out a little differently, because I feel like at the end of the day, we need to be held accountable for our actions, and we need to be more rigorous on holding police officers accountable, because they swore to an oath to serve and protect, and that oath didn't have anything to do with taking their badge and overstepping their sworn duties and just acting crazy out here on people who pay taxes to help pay their salaries. It doesn't make any sense to me. And I just feel like overall being held accountable for our actions needs to be a standard. And I mean, even with this situation in Florida, with this stand your ground law bullshit, I'm hearing a little bit of negative, he gonna get off. I don't know why they fake charging him. It's a waste of time. I feel that. But at the end of the day, I want to be positive. I want to think that this stand your ground law will just get eliminated, period, because it's no good. I mean, we all saw what happened with George Zimmerman and that whole Trayvon Martin situation. I mean, it's just bad, all bad. I mean, I looked at the documentary again the other night because I didn't get to look at the whole documentary all the way through. But I got a chance to look at it the other night all the way through. And it made me upset. And it made me more upset because when he called on Trayvon Martin, the person he was talking to on the phone, I believe it was the 911 operator, told him, because he even asked, he was like, "Are you following him?" He was like, "Yeah, man, he's suspicious." He was like, "Okay, well, we don't need you to follow him. We don't need you to follow him. Are you a police officer? Is he doing something wrong? Is he, like, we don't need you to follow him," and you did anyway. So that stand your ground law need to be done. It needs to be done. And these people, Alec, ALEC, look it up. These people, who, write these laws and then take them to, people in Congress, and then they make these laws law. Like, nah, that's not a good law, man. So I'm hoping that with this situation, it sheds some light, on what's going on, because here it is. It was over a parking space. And when I saw the video, I was a little thrown off, because I'm like, yeah, they exchanged words, whatever. The black guy pushed the white guy, and he was walking away. And then the white guy, yeah. So I hope he gets held accountable for his actions as well. And I mean, overall, just across the board, we all need to be held accountable for our actions, all of us. I mean, even myself included. I mean, we can't keep living life knowing that we're doing something wrong, and if in fact we get caught, we want to blame the system, and we want to blame society, and we want to just blame everybody else versus putting the blame where it need to be. You know what I mean? That's just how I see it. I feel like when I was getting in my trouble, when I had my little run-ins with the law, I tend to do that too, But now that I'm a little older, a little wiser, nah. If you do something wrong, especially knowing that it's wrong, you need to be held accountable for your actions. Period, point blank. That's just how I feel. And I'm happy to see that with these two situations, that these two men are being held accountable for their actions, and I hope that I hope it works out, and I hope they get what they got coming to them in terms of discipline. I talked about this briefly the other day, just changing the narrative in terms of interaction with the police, and just basically saying that we have to learn how to respect the authority that the police officers have, and not necessarily the person behind the badge. I mean, because we all people, we all have bad days, we all got stuff that we go through, and all of us not gonna have a good day every single day. We try, but it doesn't mean it's gonna happen. And I think we get wrapped up in the person behind the badge, if they're reacting a certain way, and not necessarily the authority that they carry, or the authority that they hold. I, for one, used to badmouth the police officers. I did. But I ain't know no better. I thought it was the thing to do because I ain't like police officers at that time when I was younger. But I've noticed as I've gotten older that my interaction with the police officers have been a little different, and they've been a little bit more respectful on both sides. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it also depends on how respectful the officer is or how that interaction goes. But I think just for myself, first and foremost, I always try to present myself with as much respect as they give me, because my father always told me that respect isn't something that's generally given, it's earned. And so within that police interaction, we have to earn each other's respect. You know what I mean? If he comes to the car and gives his name and reason why he's pulling me over, and if it, if that interaction goes well, then I can respectfully, give him my license, give him my registration, respectfully ask, what's, just interact with him respectfully. So that way it don't have to get crazy, get out the car, pulling you out the car. I mean, but we've seen in some instances, like this dude in, he was in New Jersey. And I forgot what part it was, but I saw a video. He was in New Jersey. He did a video, I think it was on Hot 97, I think. And he was just talking about how these police officers, I mean, just brutally went on him. I mean, he had just left a house. Him and his girlfriend had gotten an argument or something. The police were there. The police let him leave. He was like, we got in a little argument, I'm leaving, I just want to clear my head. And he was able to leave. But he gets on the highway, police pull him over, they yanking him up, trying to get him out the car, they punching him in the face. One police car is on the opposite side of the highway and comes to his side of the highway in the opposite direction of traffic and rams his car to the dude's truck. And I mean, in that case, you know, police officers are being indicted. You know, one resigned. I mean, it's just crazy. So in certain situations, you know, especially dealing with the police, it's not going to be the same. Especially in that situation, Slim did exactly right. In the video, you can see him with his hands up, and he's still getting punched by the police officers. So, it's just, you know, and mind you, this is dash cam video from the police car that hit his truck. I mean, this is what helped him in his case. They tried to cover it up. They tried to delete the footage. His lawyer got to it. It was a done deal. So I understand in certain instances, you know, the situation is going to be a little different. But I think overall, you know, we gotta smarten up and try to change the narrative. You know what I mean? I know it's some bad police out here that's policing, but I feel like that's another story, because I feel like there are police officers that know, you know, who's good, who's bad, and I think that the good police officers, it's not enough of them talking to these bad police officers. That's just me. And that's just like a football team or organized sport. You know, you keep all that stuff in-house. I don't think there's enough in-house conversations going on between good and bad officers, letting them know, like, hey man, that's not the way to go. Because, you know, police officers being killed isn't a good thing, but people tired, man. And so when those police officers got killed in Ohio, I think it was some that got killed in Dallas, then it was some more that got killed in Philly, then I want to say it was Minnesota, I believe. I'm just saying, we got to try to change the narrative, man. I think it's just too much violence, too much killing, and we got to, you know, try to just be better people. We got to wake up, pray, meditate, read our daily bread, you know, whatever motivation, listen to Les Brown, whatever we need to do. I mean, myself, sometimes I listen to Les Brown. You know, I say a quick prayer when I get up in the morning. That's just me. And I try to push as much positive energy as possible, because even for myself, like I said in previous videos, it's times that I get down on myself. It's times that, you know, I need motivation and I need encouragement too. I find myself giving encouragement a lot, but some days I find myself needing it more, you know, than other days. So I'm trying to push myself to be better, and in the process I'm trying to push others to be better, however that may be, however it may be. And I just think overall, you know, being held accountable for our actions will definitely allow us to be better, because if we get caught up in something and got to go through the court and got to go through the legal process, don't nobody want to go through that. So why not think first before we react and do something that's going to have us, you know, crazy? So I'm just saying, we all got to be held accountable for our actions daily. And I think we just need to figure out whatever it is individually that we can do every day individually that'll make us better people, and try to push that.